Pretty wild game. Pretty entertaining, I suppose, if you're a fan watching. A lot of stuff going on and a lot of plays and all that. So, disappointing loss. Turnovers hurt us. Free throw line hurt us. And then defensively, we just didn't really ever get anything consistent going. Gilgeous Alexander's a great young player. He had a phenomenal game, and we slowed him down a little bit at times, but obviously not enough.
After a pretty good offensive first 4 quarters, what do you sense led to the struggles offensively in the overtime?
Well, I mean, we had 5 wide open shots. We missed shots. And then we had some untimely turnovers that, obviously led to them being able to get the lead. So, I haven't looked at the end yet. I haven't gotten the game on my computer yet. But, there's a lot of guys learning a lot of things out there. We got guys that are being put in positions of responsibility that are really, unprecedented for them. And this is where those guys will learn an awful lot. And that's the value of this kind of period of time. When you can do it and win like we did against Washington, that's certainly makes it more fun. When it happens like it did tonight, that's it's not as much fun, but got to keep it in perspective.
Pretty good display of resiliency, though, in the final 30 seconds there. Can you take us through that last possession? And you got Buddy seemingly a pretty good look, and then Lance able to find that corner 3 on the loose ball. Yeah,
in those situations, oftentimes the best shot is the one that comes off of a scramble or a second chance opportunity. Lance nailed it from the left corner, looked good all the way, obviously. It was great. We took a lot of momentum into overtime. We scored the first basket, which was great. But then we just, we're unable to get any real traction or any consistent traction defensively. And, so it's, it's 6-2. So, they wanted a 6-0 run to win the game. So that was disappointing.
What did you think of Malcolm Brogdon's return and the way he looked out there for the first time in quite a while?
Look, I love him as a player. He's exactly what we need, for a guy that really hasn't played in a month. Played well, and I mean the stats will show it. The plus minus will show it. But he was going to be shut down by the end of the third quarter. And that was, we knew, we all knew that going into the game, similar to the LA game. And, in the fourth, obviously it was a lot tougher without him.
And what were your early impressions of him and Halliburton together, especially to start the game? I mean, didn't seem like it was maybe all that we made it out to be.
What do you mean?
Their ability to.
What do you mean made out to be?
I said everything that we kind of made it out to be as far as them being paired together in the backcourt.
I don't know. What did you make it out to be?
I don't know, just similar skill sets. Can one play off the ball? Can they?
Oh yeah, that's going to be seamless. There's zero concern about that from my perspective or the coaching staff's perspective, or I would even venture to say management's perspective. I don't think there's an issue there at all. I think these guys fit together extremely well. We need to get some players back on the floor. We need we need Chris back out there. We need Miles back out there. We need McConnell back out there when he's right. We've been playing at a big deficit, and it's put a lot of guys, as I mentioned, in some really opportunistic but difficult situations. So anyway, a lot's a lot's being learned by those guys, as I mentioned, the younger guys that are having to step up and getting, really, a really big time chance to play and play quality minutes and play when it counts and stuff like that. And that's how they learn. That's how they learn. But when it comes to Malcolm and Tyrese, I don't see any problem at all there.
And then with Tyrese specifically, is there conversation with him throughout the game to be more aggressive or dial it back? Because, he took 10 shots tonight. There was a stretch there where he hadn't shot the ball in several minutes, and he's obviously a pretty good scorer. I got to do a better job of getting him better looks. He's first 4 games, he's averaging 21 and 11, so people are paying the kind of attention to him that we're paying to Gilgeous-Alexander. And so everyone's going to try to slow him down. So we've got to work on some ways to get him in some better playmaking positions, some better looks at the basket. Yeah, particularly in the half court, in the full court game. He flows in that kind of environment. But that's going to be my responsibility to get him some better looks.
You relied on Buddy Hield a lot tonight, who had a big game in basically every facet of the game. What do you like about what he does, even beyond the shooting that's been so advertised and so needed for you guys? Well,
he changes the game just because of what he does and how consistently he does it. It turns into a 4-on-4 game when he's off the ball and moving, much like it did when Reggie Miller was here. He's a guy that geometrically you have to guard when he's anywhere within 30 feet. And so, and again, we just, we've got to find some more things to do to help him get, even better looks, and to help the guys that he's playing with take advantage of that floor spacing.
You have a lot of young bigs right now: Terry, Goga, Jalen, Isaiah. You relied on Jalen a lot tonight. How do you kind of decide, or what dictates which one of them you have in at any time? Is it kind of like a defense-offense thing with Jalen and Isaiah, or how do you decide who's in the game at any given time?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's going to be a feel thing. I'm talking to the staff. I'm watching stats. I'm watching what's happening in the game. When you're coaching a young team, which we are right now, there's a lot of these mini momentum runs one way or the other, and they can be volatile at times. When they're volatile in your favor, that's great. When they're volatile the other way, you've got to decide whether to just try to calm things down, or whether to make wholesale changes, and understanding that this is part of a learning process for these guys. So there's a balancing thing that goes on. But I thought, Isaiah had an early foul in the game. I was a little concerned about him getting a quick second one, but he did a good job for his remaining minutes. He only had one other foul, and he did some very good things out there. And it's good to have him back out on the floor. He changes some things at the rim for us.
Out to you about the struggles offensively in the overtime.
I think Lance had some good shots, and he had some great shots. He had some good looks, and you know how Lance is. You live in the league. He's one of the guys that's there. He had some good looks. He just didn't put it down.
You had 29 points tonight. Your 2 biggest scoring games this year by points have both actually been in a Pacers uniform. Your thoughts on
you realize that, huh?
Mm-hmm. What's allowed you to find success so quickly here offensively?
I think Rick do a good job in this. Let me play, because he's doing a good job finding my joy back, and let me be myself. He just put me in good spots and tell me to run the floor. Of course, there's things that he doesn't want me to do, but I'm still learning. But I think he's doing a good job putting me in the right spots and where I can be successful, and let me play more free.
Buddy, can you take us through the possession that kind of sent it to overtime? Obviously, you want to make the shot to send it to overtime. But what was the reaction to the scrum and then seeing Lance hit the shot?
Oh yeah, like you got to put a look at it, and then after that, O'Shea. I think O'Shea made 2 good rebounds. I think that they don't show up in the stat sheet, but he made two two good rebounds. One kick out 3 for me, and one to get the one for Lance, and Lance made a hell of a shot. And you know how Lance is, man. Lance make him dance. But it's from all that, we still didn't win the game. We got February close games like that, and I fight through fatigue. And our first game back from the break, it was always iffy. But this basketball, man, that's what we love doing, and I'm just gonna find ways to finish that game out.
What was it like getting a chance to finally have some game experience with both Tyrese and Malcolm?
He's good. Malcolm didn't get to finish the fourth quarter, but he knows how to play game. He knows how to play basketball. He knows how to play winning basketball. His voice out there is respected, and he's been around a lot of good teams, and so we just gotta, we need him out there for sure. But we just, when we get everybody back full tilt, we see how that looks. But he looks really good.
Are we making more of like their meshing than it is, or how do you view it as an NBA player when you guys are skilled enough to play on the fly, but also there has to be some type of chemistry there, if that makes sense?
Man, this is basketball players, man. You have to make it work. And you got to figure it out. There's no excuse. If you want something to make it work, you got to make it work. And everybody put away egos aside and just make things work to get the end result, which is win a basketball game. So that's for putting everybody's egos aside. And when you win games, everybody's happy. Y'all are happy. The organization's happy. The players happy. So it's good.
Buddy, 43 minutes in overtime, first game after break. How were you guys feeling? Didn't really make many substitutions there.
I love playing. Of course your body's gonna feel a little different because you haven't been playing for the past 5-6 days. But it's good to be back on the court, man. This is what we love doing. We wasn't here, and we had a day off. We'd be on there playing. I've been out there working out. So the fans were great tonight, and I think I got to see how the Indiana fans were tonight, how crazy they are, and how passionate they was. So it's a great atmosphere on a Friday night.
And you said you kind of had lost your joy. What had led to that, and maybe how long had you been without it, and now maybe getting it back?
What about a good bit, and I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's my reasons. But I'm happy now, and I'm good in a situation where I can be able to play free and have fun out there. So I'm good.
Buddy, you've had some of your biggest assists games of the season, too, since joining this team. What's kind of led to that, and how much has ball movement really ignited the way that this team has played since the trade?
I think, Rick let me just be in situations, and I think we have a lot of guys that understands how to slip and get downhill, and they're making it easy for me. And, of course, my ability to shoot the basketball is well respected, so helping guys understand that, so they're slipping out quick, and I'm finding guys on the roll and the slip outs, and we really get easy ones and guys making shots. And the whole offense is make you to make plays for your teammates. It's just not off one guy trying to make one play for everybody. It's a whole offense for everybody to help each other out, and that's what team basketball is about.
Rick's talked about how much your shooting can help this team that really lacked in shooting before you got here, but your spacing's really helped everybody out as well. In your career, how much have you kind of emphasized being in the right spot to help your teammates be open and move around the floor well?
Yeah. That's what I figured out what I'm good at, and I think Dave Yeager helped me with that. And as a basketball player, we always want more, and we always want to be that guy or be that, we see the superstars on the league and be around and be those guys. But as I figure out, I know my job is to space the floor for the guys who can make plays and who are good with the basketball, and I try to pick and choose my spots where I can be effective for the team.
After not getting to play barely at all in the month of February, what did it just mean for you to get back out there and to get some minutes tonight and play in some key moments down the stretch?
It felt good. Just being out. I don't know. I just worked on a lot of other things, as far as my other parts of my body. Really, get my ankle right. And it just felt good to come out and just play basketball today. Have fun today, even though we lost. I still feel like us as a team, we can grow on this. And me personally, I feel like I can grow on this too, off this game. So,
what were your first impressions of getting to play with Tyrese and Malcolm on the floor at the same time as well?
I knew it was gonna be fun. I know Tyrese likes to get up and down. And Malcolm, he's a leader, so I knew it was gonna be he was gonna tell us what to do, like the little mistakes we make and all that. Like when we huddle at the free throw line or whatever, he tells us. So I mean, I knew it was gonna be fun, and I mean I had fun today. So I think that's all that matters. So.
Isaiah, how did your ankle feel after playing on it for the first time in a while?
It feels good. I mean, like I said, I was all through the All-Star break, and even before I was just getting treatment for it, icing it, getting it right, and it feels good. Not that I got a routine to work on every day. We can just keeping it strong and keeping it healthy. So.
And then with Malcolm and Tyrese, is it, obviously you played with Malcolm before. Tyrese is a newer player, a newer teammate. But how do you view just the chemistry you've already kind of shown? It just seems like, when it comes to pick and roll or running the floor, there's just simple things you can do to maybe expedite the process, and you've done them so far.
Yeah. I mean, just staying ready, because I mean, he's a fast-paced player, so you just gotta, just be ready for the unexpected. Anything, any pass, anything, just gotta keep your eyes open and just stay ready, because the ball might come to you. So I think that's one thing.
Isaiah, with Miles injured and Domas in Sacramento now, is there anything you're kind of focusing on for the rest of the season or working on with a bigger opportunity in front of you?
Just getting better. Just using every game as a chance to get better, work on my game, build chemistry with the team, because I know down the line I'm going to be playing some more. So, just building chemistry with the guys that's getting better. I think that's my main focus right now.
Much has been made about your lob threat abilities this season. How much does a guy like Tyrese, who's so good at placing a pass like that, help you with that?
Yeah, it helps me a lot. Just him getting downhill. I feel like him having the floater game. He can mix and match. Like to keep the defender on his toes. Him just being a good passer as well. Like he can get downhill, kick it to the corner. Me being a lob threat, I always think like the backside man in, so that corner is always open or the wing is always open. So, I feel like this is something it's gonna be something special. So yeah.
Isaiah, because of the injuries, it was kind of a start-stop for you, like in and out. Do you feel like you've been able to settle in and now play without thinking out there? Or is that still ongoing?
Nah. I feel like I got over that hump of just trying not to think, just going out there, just playing basketball, hooping. I feel like I got over that. It'd be some games where I have to like lock in and like focus, but I feel like I got it down packed, just going out there, just not thinking, just hooping.
Isaiah, in regards to Tyrese, what is it like to play with a player who jumps to pass so much? I think that's a unique thing that I've kind of noticed about him.
Yeah.
Where you might think he's about to shoot, but then he'll whip a pass or one leg, or he even jumped and bounced passes some people.
Yeah, just keeping the defender on his toes, like. Just like we don't know what he's gonna do, the defender don't know what he's gonna do. So just him doing that, I feel like that's very special. Like it's like you said, like him knowing how to just pass, score, everything. That's just him. So
fair amount of minutes there and getting to play with a handful of new guys too.
It felt good. Whenever I'm out and I come back and get to play, man, I'm just grateful to be back out there. Such a blessing to play in the NBA, to play in this league. So no matter who you are, no matter how much money you've made or what you've accomplished, it's a blessing to be on that floor. So I was honestly just appreciative today. I really wanted us to pull that one out. I wanted to be able to help my team close that one out, but I was on a minute restriction, so I just had to watch from the sideline.
Kind of mixed emotions to be able to get out there tonight, but not be able to help in those key fourth quarter and overtime minutes.
For sure, definitely mixed emotions. There's a piece of you that wants to go to the coach and just be like, forget the minute restrictions. Let me finish this one. Help us finish this one. But you just got to be smart. This is a long season. We've got about 20 games left, so it's about pacing myself and staying healthy for my team.
Malcolm, how do you feel after tonight? And I guess what's the process to prepare for Sunday?
I feel good. This is exactly how we wanted me to feel. Didn't overdo it. Didn't push too much, too hard, but definitely pushed my calf, my Achilles enough for it to, I think, respond well tomorrow. So that's what we're hoping, it responds well, and not overdo it tomorrow and push too hard, so I can really push again on Sunday.
And what was it like finally getting on the court with Tyrese and having a chance to be that tandem in the backcourt?
Great. He's as unselfish as they come, and just talented, man. Great energy, plays hard on both ends. So I really enjoy playing with him.
Selfishness. Are there times that I ask Rick the same thing, but he'll figure it out. I'm sure. But are there times where you talk to him about when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive, and how to pick and choose those spots?
Yeah, he's a very high IQ guy. He's a smart guy. So I think he knows, but he definitely is a guy that needs a push and a nod to be more aggressive and to take some more shots. So tonight I didn't really do that because I didn't play as much. But when I've been sitting out and then going forward, I'm definitely going to be in his ear about being more aggressive and taking the shots.
Malcolm, there's so many of these guys you haven't even played with. You've practiced with some, but what was your approach going in? Was it to kind of ease it out, ease into it, feel out the situation, or what is that approach?
It was honestly just not to expect to play the same way I did when, before the trade. Not to expect to have the ball in my hands as much as I did, because now we got Tyrese, we got other guys that can play on the perimeter and have the ball. So being able to make that spot up three, being able to space the floor, play off the ball, and just run to those corners. Honestly, run to the corners, space the floor, and play free basketball.
Was there a bit of relief when you seen your first jumper go down? I know you scored in the paint a few times, but it seemed like a couple of shots were short, and you had that corner three that splashed through, and obviously that was a big shot.
Yeah. I was glad to see it go in. I knew one of them had to drop. I kept shooting them, so one of them had to go in, and it did.
Malcolm, I know you enjoy playing point guard.
My bad. I got to hydrate, y'all.
I know you enjoy playing the point guard role specifically, but now that you're playing with Tyrese, how much do you anticipate and how much would you like playing with someone else who can create like that and will allow you to play free like you just described?
It's easy. It's less impact on me. I don't have to do as much, less force on my body. So I think it's good for me in the long run.
You led the second unit a little bit tonight, which is not something you typically did before, coming back from this injury. How did you feel like those minutes go, and do you feel like that's something this team could lean on going forward?
For sure, I think it's helpful. To have one of your starting guards, lead that second unit. I think it's definitely going to be helpful for us going forward. Gives us more balance throughout the game.